Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Oh, hold on.
Vampire might be trying to fish here. You see that Scion is walking on forward, just getting some early vision. The announcement will go off, so they know that...
Explosion might have nearly been enough, but the Shy's able to flash on out of there.
Right. Shy has to be very careful. I've honestly thought that so far this year, the Shy has actually calmed down some of those legendary int moments that we have known him for. I'll hold that.
Not diddly, but here we go. Another fight opening up around the Grubs. JJ going to be very low, and Taeyun dashes in with the killer instinct to pick up first blood for WE.
Ah!
A knockup goes on to Rookie, and the Rise is down 2-0 for the red side.
Rookie just flashed in place!
Amount of Void Mites in full control of pushing.
Yep. Oh, trying to make a play.
Hex flash in on to Rookie. Remember, he doesn't have that flash because he used it in the last fight, and Taeyun will be the one to claim the Feats of Warfare. WE off to the races in game number 1.
Okay, but both Jijit and Gala are able to at least match their lane counterparts, and we are seeing Taeyun go for the rapid fire cannon because he can't really contest the wave clear. We're getting
Oh,
now.
Monkey! He steals away the dragon right under JJ's hands. And now Cube goes in with the unstoppable onslaught. That is a big win already here for Team WE.
Oh my god!
He sends JJ straight to his demise. Call4's got comes over the top as the Shy is now flashed forward. But now he's a little bit too far as well. The Pop Blossom doesn't get enough distance due to the decimating smash of Cube. WE
oh my god!
outplaying IG on every single angle. Rookie not getting that Void Rush in time as WE are ahead 6-1 after picking up the dragon.
And LCK rejects and Vampire only recently really kind of remaking himself and remodeling his gameplay. Gala's just dead.
On to Gala. He dives away from the seismic shove, but he still will go down. Taeyun getting that kill. And another good position opening up here for Team WE. Now 7-1 is Brazil v Germany here in game 1. WE can respond to this very easily and very effectively as Monkey jumps over the wall with the Blast Cone. And now potentially opening up for a fight. Depth charge does land. It's just on a Mako though. Just procs a little bit of damage here. Unstoppable Onslaught comes through. The Shy is one shot, but here comes the follow-up. Pop Blossom lands on a 3, and JJ finds the first kill right back on a Vampire. Taeyun dashes forward, trying to lock down Gala. Gala is going to go down as the Kai'Sa will pick up his kill and get his revenge. Monkey still alive in the Jarvan. Taeyun will flash after Mako, getting himself a double kill, and the knockup will land on the JJ all the same. A triple kill for Taeyun on the Kai'Sa, and WE win yet another fight.
But you actually open up a really big pit so that your Scion can get in. I'll be honest, we saw this fight before. The replay's nice, but we got a picture-in-picture.
Yeah, Weaver's Wall separating IG immensely. The Rift Herald was not taken. The Cataclysm will land on the 2. JJ and Rookie stuck here. Unstoppable Onslaught.
Cube.
Oh, he drifted like it's in Tokyo here. We're in Seattle, but it's all the same. Cube landing a 3-man knockup with the ulti. And now Rookie is in some trouble. Realm Warp will send him away. And nobody actually ends up going down, but WE's gained full control of the Rift Herald pit.
They're going to summon the Rift Herald. Wait, where are you going? Rift Herald! Wait, this guy's a traitor! Where are you going? Hit the turret! Wait, JJ's actually kind of goated for this. It's like he's literally mind control. There's no glizzies though. So what's Rift Herald focusing?
Just he wants a dog. He's walking him like a dog, honestly. It's Herald now finally gonna make his way to this tower. What a weird journey that is.
Don't charge, don't you dare charge. I hate you, Rift Herald. I hate you.
Dragon picked up here for WE as well. They're dominating this game. I mean, it's very... I mean, I don't want to say it's over, but Taeyun 6-1.
Here, Taeyun's going to push in this mid wave. He's going to fade into bot side river. They're going to try and zone the Shy off this wave. Just hit the turret, guys. Yeah, we have 2 grubs. Kill this guy.
And now we're going in onto the Shy. The Sonic Dash does come out. Monkey's proc to conquer, but here comes Mako to make sure that there's no further aggression on to be started up a little bit here by Team WE. They're not fully committing to it just yet. It seems like they want to try to force it back.
All right, the Shy's going to catch this mid wave. He's probably going to be able to teleport into this play. The Scion ult comes through.
Yep, time for dinner here for Team WE. They go in, only landing the knockup onto the clone of the Nico, and a teleport comes in here for the Shy. Oh, the Realm Warp is canceled as Rookie will go down once again. Depth charge landing on the Mako, also will get the hit onto the Shy. A 2-for-0 setup, and it's going to be even more. Mako with the Pop Blossom, but there's not nearly enough damage set up for IG. Gala popped the Feather Storm, but it's too little too late. Knockup lands, Taeyun gets the kill. It's 4-0 for Team WE.
IG, let's wrap it up and go to game 2. 22 minutes, 10,000 gold lead, and WE want revenge for their first round robin. They're going to try to hit they're on the hit list right now, taking every single team who may have wronged them in the first round robin. They're going to get themselves a Thornbound Otacon. They'll get an
And for IG, they still have to look to find these picks, but there's just really not given any opportunity. W are playing the map well enough that nobody is singled out in any which way.
Graves, you're kind of thinking about it. You're like, you know, if we see IG that could finish that Rod of Ages, they have a Seraphs as well. Like, the Shy is going to eventually be, you know, that Ornn that's giving Masterwork items, but they're 10,000 gold behind right now. Just trying to solo out a Scion, that's just not going to be a real thing. They're now sieging inhibitor turrets. They get a flash out from Rookie. Even if the Shy gets Masterwork items, you're just barely putting a dent in the 10,000 gold lead that you're now exhibiting.
And it's going to continue to stack up as there's still a lot of towers left to be taken. Tier 2s in both the mid and bot, and a bunch of kills that can be picked up as well. Cataclysm takes down Mako. A knockup does come through from the Shy. JJ looking to come forward as well. Monkey going a very far forward, but a really nice seismic shove from Karis will send 2 right back into them for Team IG. WE dominating once more. Only Rookie left alive. The Weaver's Wall will send him away from the inhibitor as W are looking for the end right now.
They've got 2 grubs. They're going to take the inhibitor. They got another minion wave as well as another in 30 seconds. They're about to end at 25 minutes versus IG.
And one of the most one-sided games that we have seen in the entirety of the split so far. It will be Team WE winning this one over Invictus Gaming. Expectations from the regular season be damned because WE are about to send themselves to match point.
And that is a clean ace. 25-07 is going to be that last tick there. So a lot of through lines here, but we see Team WE, I mean, kind of taking it slow and steady. They really want to whittle away at their opponents. Okay, Lashai's going to walk over. Where does he ward? He wards right in the pixel brush. I think
he takes one step
dead.
Too far
He's
forward.
just dead.
There's a dash coming through for Cube. A lot of gaps already been closed. Pillar comes out, flashed away from him. Monkey's going to follow all the same. Press the attack proc. That's the dead to Shy. And Monkey will claim first blood for WE.
After the pillar lands, he's already warded, but he's just making sure that Cube can crash this wave. Maybe they go for a dive. I think this is a bit risky. They're just pushing the Shy off of the wave right now. And while all of this is happening, IG are getting the dragon on the bottom side of the map.
A small win here for IG. They will get themselves that first dragon. Chemtech will go over to them. But it means that the Shy is really suffering at this point. In a couple minutes.
Yep. You see right now, though, the rest of IG trying to protect the Shy. He is very broke right now. Oh, this might be an engage on a Mako.
We find the Zenith here from Vampire. The Pillar buying so much space, buying so much slowing power. JJ going to get taken down by Monkey with the Subjugate on top. Solar Flare lands onto the Shy, who does not have that flash. Feats of Warfare picked up for Team WE.
Graves, where
want to make a fight out of this? And why wouldn't you want to with that Triforce unlocked here for Monkey?
Yeah. Missing out on public execution. It just came off of cooldown. Taeyun will also has his. You can see that IG are corralled. They are willing to give up this dragon from the side of WE.
But they want the fight. They want more than just that dragon. Shockwave does find 2. Combined with Magnet Storm though. IG already taken down 1. Vampire and Cube out of the picture. Monkey very strong, but not popping that Subjugate just yet. It's still off of cooldown. Mako with the W2. Finds it in onto Monkey and will take him down. IG right back into this one. They pick up 3.
A full turret with 3 grubs and a Trinity Force Trundle. Yeah, you say goodbye to this one. That's going to be feats of strength going over to Team WE quite handily.
One of my favorite things for playing Trundle is actually in the
Trade at the very least. I like this idea. Oh, Vampire. This is fun, though.
Jump in between the turrets. Zenith Blade not going to connect. Public Execution will, though, onto Rookie. Shield of Daybreak stunning him up. Shockwave will find both of them. Rookie ticking low with the Ignite, taking him very into critical mass. And the Mystic Shot will find its mark. Plus the Rift Herald secured for Team WE.
All right. The Shy ended up taking that bottom lane tier 1. They summon the Herald. They even get Rookie to go down. So 1 for 0 in the trade. And how much more can they get? They have 3 grubs. This might be a whole second turret, but they're sending Jijit and Mako to protect this wave. Victor will catch the mid wave as well. And maybe Team WE, they make a reset, they immediately make a beeline towards that dragon. Could be something that they are looking for. Great. All right, I don't know if I like this trade though. I'm going to be honest, Team WE, they're going to grab themselves a dragon. The Shy's going to get another turret here. No one's going to be able to match. So a lot of gold going back, despite the Shy getting so much focus. He is up 30, he farmed a full call, and now he's going to be up like 1,300, almost 1,500 gold on his lane opponent here. So we're going to need... We'll take a look. Again, still a lot of game here to play. IG up with a 1,000 gold lead here in this game. Most of it situated, all of it situated in the Shy's back pocket.
Look at Monkey. Oh my god.
Very
Very far forward. He has to flash away from the shockwave. Here comes the crash down from Mako as well. They're using a ton of resources on the Trundle, but the Troll King will live. And now here comes the rest of the fight, and the rest of WE arriving to the party. Cube coming in with the teleport will force everybody on IG back. The Dragon's not available, but the Otacon is. So WE could try to start this objective up.
You can already see right there, Monkey tries to kill the Scuttle. Oh my god, that engage onto Mako doesn't land. That's incredible.
Yeah. Nice buffer from Vampire, or off of Mako from the damage from Crowd Control from Vampire. Means that Solar Flare not going to find too much usage, and that means that pushing WE away from the Otacon. But now IG, they want to start things up here on their own right. They still have the Pillar coming out, providing a lot of utility. The Otacon did reset. Now with the Shred coming through, it's going to be very risky for IG to finish this one off.
Muramana completed here for Taeyun, so he has a fully stacked up tier item. I know that right now Karis is still trying to make his way over. He's almost done with his Rod of Ages, if not already completed it, as well as having a Seraphs in the works. So we're just going to get a peel off. Yeah, okay, so 2 minutes before that Rod of Ages. And WE almost find a magical play onto IG by almost taking down Jijit. Both of these junglers, if they fell, potentially opens up a Otacon immediately. Then Zed now
forced to run into this IG composition. Just continue to poke them out. You can see Taeyun already down to 30% HP, and that's going to be a very tough situation now for Team WE. Do they want to give this Dragon up? It looks like they will retreat, not wanting to risk a fight going completely awry. So that is Infernal Soul Point now for Team Invictus Gaming, as they want to make sure this series evens up. They steal away, try to, of the blue buff, but Monkey wasn't sure with the smite. And everybody will be all fine and dandy here.
I love how creative they're being right now. Gala trying to fish, trying to look for something. But getting rid of his spell shield early was full HP, but so much Fog of War here.
Get in
and,
there.
I mean, Vampire's nowhere nearby.
It can't be Taeyun base checking this. Monkey can't get into the pits, and the Otacon will be secured by Invictus Gaming. But can WB chase him down and win the fight afterwards? Rookie's at half HP, setting the ball out, forcing WB to run away. They're playing with very high... See right now, JJ around the Baron pit. As Monkey will show in the bottom lane. They're going to try to lock down the Shy. He does have his flash. He'll use it to try to knock away Monkey. The follow connection does connect. Zenith played in. That is a nice kill onto the biggest carry for Invictus Gaming. And now it is Rookie in a lot of trouble. The Shockwave will find 3. Buying enough time for Gala to try to arrive, but the tier 2 tower will go down. Vampire going to fall in response as the Otacon slow will come through as well. Mako comes in with the Magnet Storm and will take down Cube. So they lose the Shy, but Invictus Gaming going to win the fight in full. Karis, the only one left alive still for Team WE into the bottom lane, and he will go down to Gala, and IG find the fight they wanted.
Look at the death timers, 35 seconds for Monkey, 45 for Karis, and no teleport. WE are going to be late to this Dragon. That's going to be Infernal Soul. Spells, but now just opening out onto the map.
Now here's an interesting development. The Dragon was not immediately taken on spawn, and so WE will have an opportunity to try to contest it. It will be Infernal Soul for IG if they can pick it up. And all of WE have now arrived. Karis, no TP, but has rejoined with the rest of the squad. But IG have already started up this Dragon, and Monkey is still far away. There's no blast going to get him over. IG can just burst this down. Monkey is so far away. Get into the pit, man. No, it's taken by Jeje, and Infernal Soul belongs to Invictus Gaming. Vampire goes in way too early and will drop easily. A kill and the soul go the way of IG.
I feel like Monkey, he kind of just sat there. I don't know if he had Smite up, so maybe recognizing it's a lost cause. I think he smited for the blue buff. I hope we get a replay from our observers there. Oh, Monkey!
Monkey gets caught up by the Wolves and be left to the Wolves by Jeje, who takes him down. And Invictus Gaming have found multiple crucial picks. With the soul in hand, we'll head to the Baron and try to close out this game too.
All right, Baron on the cards here for Invictus. It's been a slow game, one where I think they kind of stopped themselves from getting punished in a lot of instances, and WE throwing themselves against the wall, trying to see what works. No smite, a 4v5, and can WE actually fight them around this Baron with a soul in their back pocket?
For 5,000 HP, no Monkey alive, so the Baron sure to go over. Cube gonna try for some desperation play. Public Execution goes on to shine and take him down with the Shockwave. Will find 2, and Rookie will pick up a huge kill for Invictus Gaming. Vampire and Taeyun gonna try to save things here. Taeyun a 1v4 will not be able to win this one. That is a full ace picked up for Invictus Gaming.
Triple kill. Taeyun tries to shift forward to get a little bit of damage. It is not worth it.
Of his team's damage so far. Jesus Christ, Rookie.
Well, they're going to catch out Monkey again. It's going from bad to worse. Hey, Monkey, you had a great early game, but that's going to be the end of the game in my mind. I mean, 31 of these blood petals purified. They're even sieging onto mid lane tier 3. You can go back to top lane. They're getting so much gold now. I mean, it is completely ballooned here. Almost 10,000 lead for IG. And this is the IG, the highs and the lows. Last game, we got to see the lows. IG here, I think, kind of taking their time, being a little bit slow to rise, but their fights and their setups are kind of carrying them this game.
Yeah, one thing I know for sure, a much better look from them than game number 1 is they have themselves a 9,000 gold lead. 30 minutes into the game, they're pushing on multiple lanes right now. Inhibitor in the mid lane already down. Inhibitor in the top lane soon to follow. And with these Baroned up minions pushing into the Nexus turrets, they're going to try to end the game right here, right now. Monkey has respawned. The Pillar buying some space, generating some utility, some slows in the area onto the IG players, but not a lot of damage that has been dealt to them. Remember, IG have the Infernal Soul, so they'll be able to poke them out really nicely here as Taeyun's already chunked out very low. Vampire goes in. Solar Flare will find Rookie. Here comes Public Execution as well, but Cube just doesn't do enough damage. He has to flash back to the fountain to try to live, but Gala says not today. The piercing arrow will find him, and into the fountain, RWE, the Shockwave, will send him right to a game number 3 victory. It is IG who sent us to that decider. Does okay into the Cassante. You're going to be able to cancel a lot of the dashes that he does have at his disposal. With the Steadfast presence in the laning phase, just provides a little bit of an annoying situation. Cube does have the all-out. Try to send JJ back to behind where, of course, the Shy would want to be in a potential 2-for-1 fight. The Wave in a great position right now for IG. The Pathmaker comes out. Cube does a nice job to send that all-out in towards JJ and buy enough time potentially for Cars and Monkey to arrive. Grand Starfall is here. Cube is still alive, and that's first blood picked up for Team WE, and Monkey will make it a second as the Shy drops just like that.
Okay,
No
but
ultimate.
Yep, and they know that without any jungler here for WE, this should be a pretty easy dive on the bot lane if they do it successfully. Impale comes down alongside the Tibbers. Then the ultimate combo is pure as IG do get on the board with their mid jungle. Rookie gets that kill.
All right, how many more plates?
You get the mini death cap, you get the execute. Still decently strong here in terms of his ability to fight. But now Rookie could be in some trouble once again as Cube and Monkey going to try to spot him out here. No flash on that Annie, but the stun does find 2 with the Incinerate. Intofo strikes, though, are pure. And that is WE picking up the feats of warfare.
Oh my god. Well, Monkey flashes forward. I'll give one up for my EDG brother right there. And ends up kind of trading his flash for nothing. The Shy trying to find something on Nakaris. May I simply add, we're making it a play, okay.
Oh, nice impale from JJ as well. Vampire in a lot of trouble, does pop the tidal wave, but the Wild Growth goes on top of Gala to make sure that Taeyun can't finish up the kill. The culling is just too late, and JJ tanks the tower aggro to make sure it's a double kill for free over to the ad.
Riot thing, so. We're seeing the first turret go down here for Team WE as a focus onto this bottom tier 1.
Well, why not just go right back to the scene of the crime? Vampire going to go down again. JJ getting tanked up here by the culling, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. Karis joining the fight, going to try to find some sort of response.
Try to put a little bit of pressure here. Rookie does have ultimate, and again, changes to Annie this patch, giving a little bit more spell penetration.
Here goes Annie right in onto Taeyun. He walks straight into his doom. The bear will shut him down. And the mid lane has been a scene of disaster for Team WE in this game number 3. IG find 4 straight kills in there.
Skipping steps, and WE trying to take shortcuts ends up blowing up in their face. It's a 500, going to be 600 gold lead now. Cars trying to hide, trying to at least get away. They're trying to...
Dragon does come up, and it means that IG are able to get there first.
Well, IG, they get second Dragon of the game. It'll be first turn going over to WE, so again, another game where they got feats of strength all 3 games so far. Second Dragon does go over to Invictus Gaming, but, I mean, hell, we're now going to be seeing it. This might be a game where it is Gala versus Karis, and that is not a matchup we came into this series thinking that would be the case. Karis has been, again, a player that has had some of his own weaknesses. Cube has to be careful now.
He wanted the tower, but he just doesn't have enough damage to take it down. He flashes away from the Impale to stay alive. And it could have been a lot worse here for Cube. Instead, just burning his flash. Should be able to finish off this tower once another wave comes crashing in.
And now without Ash Ultimate, IG are feeling a little bit weaker here in the situation. Instead of continuing for that mid-tier one, they're going to try and put Vision down. I like this idea from WE, pivoting on the...
Legends to WE. And then there's Cube, right? But now Cube actually has to be a really big part of this one. And speaking of solo laners, Karis is going to be in trouble. He gets sent in the bounce house by the Keeper's Verdict, but will be able to survive with the help of Vampire, the Tidal Wave to buy some space. But now the response for IG, they send the Rift Herald into the mid lane. They're going to try to crack open this tier 1 turret. They will be able to get it, most likely, but everybody from WE is on the collapse. He's forcing the Annie to flash away. No Grand Starfall just yet, but Cube is on the flank, going to try to rejoin the rest of his team and try to keep this tier 1 turret alive.
I love that discipline coming in from Karis, though, not even bothering to use the flash. He knows his ground as the Syndra. That flash summoner spell is very important. It is at a high luxury tax in this game with how many objectives and how many skill shots are going to be flying at him.
It's going to be a very fun team fight centric end of this game. When you have players like Karis in really great positions, as you can see him going onto the Shy right here. Monkey joining the fight. The Steadfast presence does block that initial jump. And I think the Shy is bought enough distance unless another Scout of the Week does come through. Karis is waiting for that to come out of cooldown. And he should be able to find it, but he does not connect. And the Shy will be able to live.
And he is positioned across the map with this ultimate. Rookie coming over the wall, no flash.
Oh, stun lands on a Vampire combined with the Tibbers. That is just a one-shot. Nami already down.
What?
Matched by the unleashed power of Karis. And the Scout of the Week will find two. The Shy is very tanky on the front line, but Cube looking to try to dive in on the Gala. The Shy 1v2 in on the Monkey. Keeper's Verdict comes out. It sends away the Pantheon and has collapsed the fight for Invictus Gaming. Scatter will send away some more. Monkeys rejoin the fight. And the Shy will finally drop. But Gala's full HP. And Gala looking to try to kite out the rest of this team fight here for Invictus Gaming. A wild fight in the mid lane. Overall, a 3 for 2 in favor of IG.
How does Skarner ult hit Taeyun there? He tries to cleanse. He cannot get out of the suppression. An incredibly close fight. Monkey now going to be searching. He does have the empowered Q, but he's on vision this entire time. Monkey not going to be able to get here in time. Yeah, Syndra got a lot. Is the fact that Karis was able to farm up Splinters of Wrath.
And they get a couple of kills back, right? It's not the end of the world, but with Q going down, it means that that dragon surely to be scared. We're going to fight again. Rookie, where are we going? He flashed forward and ends up going down. Now Mako has to flash on his own right here. A big pickup here for Team WE. The Otacon's available on the top side, but they're going to prioritize the mid lane tier 1 instead.
Oh, Aqua Prison does end up landing. JJ does have the ultimate, doesn't land it onto Karis.
And that means that WE can play a little bit forward. Here is the Shy lands heroic charge onto Karis. The Syndra, though, will still live. The Scout of the Week is huge. And Team WE are winning this fight in the mid lane. The Shy will go down. Nobody has fallen here for the blue side. And Team WE will continue their push mid. They're going to clear this wave out, pick up the tier 1 turret, and look to gain control around the top side of the map.
And Karis still holds his flash. That is such trust. Farm up more Splinters of Wrath. Oh no, Karis, no.
He flashed away from the arrow. Will be able to survive for now. Exalted Impact goes over the wall, but that means that JJ is separated from the Otacon, and Karis will still live. That flash finally coming into use here as Monkey taking up so much alongside Cube on the front line. They send it Oculus, the all out back onto the Shy, but he's tanky enough to survive for now. Tibbers doing a lot of AoE damage as well, as that's been a new strength of this Annie, and IG will retreat back to the Otacon and slay it for themselves.
Ah, man, Monkey took way too much damage from this Otacon, so a Thornbound going over to Invictus. And all of that to say, maybe if they find JJ here, he has a lot of HP.
He gets scouted. That cock control chain is big. No execute there. Monkey flashing forward. Gonna try to instead go his way on a Gala, but he's shielded up really nicely. Taeyun dashing forward. Does not have that culling at his disposal. Rookie over the wall. Will land a 4-man incinerate. Nobody's dying for IG somehow, some way. They will all walk out with their lives.
And they lost so many summoner spells, but you do not need to fight right now. Let Vampire get his Mikhail's Crucible. Karis has hit
Can we?
120 stacks right now.
Oh.
Isn't able to grab it, but he has a mini Rabadons now in his back pocket. 15% bonus increased ability power. You can see right now, this game is incredibly close. Gold is even. Soul point here for Invictus Gaming. The Outacon in their back pocket as well. Taeyun has a lot of damage, but I think if you can wait for 3 items, wait for some of your item completions. Vampire now running out of base with that Mikhail's. Now we can look for a fight. Now we can more gold. Karis as well. Looks like he wants to try to finish what looks to be a Void Staff. Karis moving on over.
Here comes the
Good
fight.
stun.
Oh,
Oh
the enchanted crystal there relates on the Karis. There's Timbers, and there's the kill onto the Syndra. Main carry for W out of the fight. Taeyun now very low as well. Gonna get jumped on by the Shy, but Cube will take down Rookie in response. A 2-for-1 overall as Monkey has dropped, and the Blast Cone will save the rest of the tanks here for Team WE. But the IG, with their jungler in hand and with the numbers advantage, are gonna start up this Baron Nashor.
That pick onto Karis might have just completely broken this game. I mean, Baron now, it'll be in correct timer. The timer will last up until the dragon spawning. Taeyun and team are trying to see if they can fish for anything, maybe see if they'll stay in the pit. But Invictus, you will have access to his flash this time around, so again, that summoner spell at a very large premium here in this game, and still not finishing that Void Staff.
In, and the tidal wave, it lands on the JJ, only at half HP. Monkey going for Gala. They're going, and Gala is down. The Shy gets hit up here by the Scout of the Week as well. Mako the next target. WE found the fight they were looking for off the back of Monkey, and it'll be a 2-for-0 in favor of the blue side.
Oh, right, but look at what is on the map. How much can WE actually get? There's no mini wave in time. They're going to try to cut this top lane wave, or bottom lane wave, a little bit high. I'm going to be honest, Graves, I don't think that's worth it. There's a dragon spawning, but what else are you getting? You're slowing down the game. You may be taking off 2 of these Baron timers, but now for the next 4 minutes, you won't have this flash on the Syndra. That is an open play for Invictus to repeat in the next few moments. We need to see WE blow up the base.
Try to push. They're gonna keep going here. Impale lands on it too. Vampire and Cube are gonna be targeted here, but Taeyun between the turrets, gonna try to take down Mako. Monkey stunned under the wall. Going to try to go in on a Rookie. It will be a trade 1-for-1 as Monkey goes down in favor of the Annie. But now Gala has respawned. This Annie is so powerful. Cube going with the Pathmaker to take himself on up here. Can Gala complete the chase? The teleport is available. Baron up. Monkey's dead for another 10 seconds. And they will not be able to contest this one. It will not be a flip into their favor as IG should be able to pick themselves up the Cloud Soul unless they take down JJ first. Keeper's Verdict finds 2, and the Shy's going to hunt down Taeyun. That's going to be the Soul, and it might be more. Rookie teleports in at the perfect opportunity and will win the team fight for Invictus Gaming.
Taeyun falls again. WE overplaying themselves. You don't need to go that far under the turret. Just hit the damn bot lane tier 2. Take the turret. Try to see if you can extract any more summoner spells. But Cube goes for the teleport. Loses that summoner spell. And it'll be another turret here for Invictus Gaming. Karis now has no flash, and with Gala's ultimate coming back up, they can maybe look for another dive on this bottom lane inhibitor. They're trying to make a play onto Karis.
He doesn't have that flash.
No!
The kill's used too early. Karis is down. Gala gets the kill, and that could be the game, and that could be the series. They're pushing down the bot lane. No Baron buff in hand, but another wave crashing forward. It's now Taeyun about to respawn. Cube's back up in 5. It'll be a 5v4 momentarily, but will that be enough here for Team WE? Oh, the steadfast presence in locks down Monkey. They're targeting the Pantheon, the main carry, the main playmaker here for WE is down for the count. Rookie and Gala still alive. Cube trying his best in a 1v4. He gets blocked him again by the Shy, who's having an incredible game on this Poppy. Taeyun is still alive. He pops the culling. Gonna force the flash out of Gala. Keeper's Verdict going to be issued, but canceled here by the Shy. Mana is low from Rookie. It's going to be very tough for them to try to close this game out with the health bar so low, and so back away they will go.
Okay, Karis is up in 8, and somehow WE do not lose the game.
On a bit of a flank, he's trying to hunt onto the back line. Taeyun and Karis very vulnerable here. They're going to get spotted here by the control wards. The Rookie now is spotted, And now the target is Cube in a 1v3. He used the path.
They got JJ.
JJ's dead. Karis assassinates him with the unleashed power. And now they're looking for the Shy. Monkey continuing to try to chase him down, forcing the blast cone away. Numbers advantage now for WE. What a wild game we have in this decider between these two teams.
Taeyun has cleanse and the QSS coming up.
It's completely blind. They've already stunned
right.
Cube. Baron's at 6,000 HP. Monkey's gonna try to get into the pit, trying to make it a flip. JJ does have his smite. The Scatter of the Week does land. Oh, the Keeper's Verdict knocks away one, and the Shy is gonna send Cube in with a heroic charge. That's Baron picked up for IG. Will they win the fight though? It's Monkey jumping in, only onto JJ though. Taeyun finally re-arriving to the fight. The Shy gets hit by the Aqua Prison. Not a lot of damage from IG just yet, but the health bars are starting to erupt. Karis flashes over the wall. Taeyun in some trouble. Tibbers comes down, but the Lucian will survive. Invictus Gaming will pick up the Baron, but they will not get a single kill until Monkey dashes in with the Grand Starfall. Gets hit up by the
found
FPL.
Rookie.
They're looking for Rookie. The Grand Entrance is big. But the wild growth has come through. Monkey's going to get taken down. And IG have the numbers advantage. Cube will drop as well. This could be the series. A lot going on to JJ, but it's only to buy the inevitable time. That will not be available for Team WE. Teleport in for Rookie. They're looking for the game right now. They find a big charge in from the Shy. And now it's Taeyun, Vampire, and Karis trying to save the game.
They've got a Baron, and this should be the end. WE cannot regenerate in time. It is Karis, Taeyun, and Vampire to watch their base fall.
Gala's full HP. There's no chance this is going to happen. And Team WE are done. Invictus Gaming say screw your upsets, screw your Cinderella stories. We're still the champs, and we're still...